In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can build your authority using YouTube. So whether you are a trainer, an instructor, an educator, or a freelancer, or if you're someone who wants to teach your skills and show your expertise here on YouTube, then this video is definitely for you. First thing that you can do to build your authority using YouTube is to engage with your community. For me, this is one of the most important things that you can do because this is something that not a lot of bigger YouTubers actually do on their channel, but mainly because they don't have the manpower and the time anymore to engage with their community as much as someone who just started out on YouTube or just starting to build a community on social media. Obviously, those bigger YouTubers that you know now have spent some time building their channel by replying to comments, responding to messages, but as they grew and grew their channel, again, they won't have time to engage with their community as much anymore. I'm not saying that they're not engaging, some of them are not, but a lot of bigger YouTubers are still engaging with their community, but probably not, again, as frequent as they used to when they were still a smaller channel. So you can actually use this to your advantage because you're still starting, you're still building your authority. When you start engaging with your community by replying to all comments in your YouTube comment section as well as your social media and taking the time to educate your target audience through DMs or private messages, then you'll be able to showcase, your expertise to these people even when they do not necessarily trust you right away or even when you don't know them yet. When you answer their burning questions, you establish yourself as a professional, as a go-to person for this kind of topic or for this industry, right? So if you are a math teacher who specializes in making concepts simpler to understand, then people will think, you know what, I like the way he explains things because it's just so simple for me to understand. Then when they have another question or when they have another concern in mind, you will be the first person in their mind and they will definitely just either look at your channel to see if you have covered that topic or they will message you. Obviously, this can also be a bit challenging in the long run because when you're starting, you probably don't have a team yet and it may take some of your time to reply to comments and messages, but I tell you, it's definitely worth it to spend at least, let's say, 15 to 30 minutes of your day engaging with your community. This also does not mean that you have to know all the answers. As an expert, you need to have the confidence to tell your viewers or your target audience that you don't know what that is or that you don't know what a concept is. Maybe because you haven't encountered it yet, maybe because it's not part of your realm or not part of what you're teaching. So all you have to do is really just be honest and let them know that you have no idea what that is, but you'll be willing to research it or look it up if it is within your industry. Or if not, you can refer them to another expert who specializes in that kind of topic or industry. Even right now that I already have more than 150,000 subscribers, I still manage to reply to comments and messages and even emails because I want to make sure that I nurture my relationship with my audience. I do my best not to ignore these comments and messages, but as a creator, you also have to set some boundaries because you know that you can't just be the Google search engine of everyone. If this is something that you've already covered on your channel and your audience still asks for it, then you can simply just give the link to your YouTube video and tell them that you've already covered it. And if it is something that is often asked or frequently asked by your audience, and you can create a video about it so that you can address everyone instead of, replying to that just one person who keeps asking the same questions. The next thing you'd want to do in order for you to build your authority here on YouTube is to provide real value to your audience. Obviously, on this channel, I always talk about how you should provide real value, even though it's free, to your audience in order for you to start building your authority. And I'd like to reiterate that on this video because the value that your audience can get from your videos is something that they will really take to heart. If your video or something you said on your videos actually contribute to their success somehow, then they will definitely recommend you and your channel to their network. And to have this kind of impact, they need to have that aha moment in your video. That when they watch your video, they can tell themselves that, you know what, that is something that I really want to do. Or like, oh, that's actually possible, you know? It's like a learning point for them that they want to apply in their day-to-day lives. Now, as much as possible, you'd like the value of your video to be experienced by your audience. Maybe not in all videos, but at least from your hero videos or from your like one-time, big-time videos that you publish on your channel. You have to understand that these people are coming to you because they want to solve a problem. In my case, for example, I help a lot of people get hired in the BPO industry. And so when they watch that one video on my channel where it helps them to answer interview questions and gives them insider tips on how to get hired, they will have an aha moment that, okay, my interview is going to be next week, so I'm going to use this. And that's actually a learning point for them. Now, what happens after that is when they achieve some level of success and they say, I was able to answer these questions during my interview because of your video, then that is a win for you. If they something like, I went back to this particular video because I got hired, in my case, that's what my audience does, then that is a win for you. Or that, I did not get hired, but this video really helped me and I will continue to send in my job application and go to interviews, right? So even though they did not really achieve the outcome that you are trying to give them or trying to help them with on your video, but you're giving them that motivation and inspiration to actually start doing something, then again, that is a win for you. That is something of value that they have already applied in their day-to-day experience. Thus, it gives an impact to their life. You are the one who gave that impact to their lives. The next thing you'd want to do to help build your authority using YouTube is to talk about your personal experiences. Personal experiences and stories are so powerful that even when you experience failures or struggles along the way, people would still appreciate what you went through. People would appreciate that you're sharing your vulnerable side to them, especially the failures and struggles, because a lot of people will be able to resonate with those phases in your life, because it's not always rainbows and butterflies. If you're the type of expert who'd always just rave about your success and what you've achieved in life, then I don't think people will be able to relate to that, because a lot of people experience hardship and difficulty as they go through achieving success in life. So if you show them that side of you, your personal experiences of how you actually came to that point in your life where you've already felt a certain level of success or knowledge or expertise, then people would trust you more. Your personal experiences form part of your portfolio. They are your credibility. And how else are people going to know that you're the go-to for this industry or for this particular topic if you're not going to educate them about who you are and what your expertise is? So again, talk about your personal experiences and incorporate them in your videos, even though your videos are, let's say, how-to or interactive videos or explaining to them a concept. Always inject something of a personal story or personal experience that you've had in your journey. Next thing for you to build your authority using YouTube is decide what you want to be known for and stick to it. This is also something that I always talk about in my videos, and that's because it is really important that you reach the right audience for your channel so that it's not like a mishmash of unrelated topics and videos in your channel where people get confused of who you really are and what you stand for. Just imagine if you want to eat pizza, then you definitely go to the store that specializes in pizza, right? Rather than go to the store that specializes in making ice cream. That's because you know that this store specializes in pizza, and obviously they might have really good pizza because that's their specialty, right? This does not mean that you can't pivot in the future. If you're multi-passionate and you want to do a lot of things, you can still definitely talk about those things in your channel. But what I'm saying is that when you're starting on YouTube, you need to have some sort of a category that you'd want to talk about first. So if you want to talk about educating people on how to solve math problems, then talk about that first in the first few years or months of your channel. And then you can pivot to talking about how to improve their English communication skills. Right? So those are two different subjects, but you'll be able to mix them together in the future if you've already gained traction in your YouTube channel and you've already built your authority as someone who teaches these topics, right? Of course, another very important thing that you'd have to consider for you to start building authority using YouTube is to be consistent in showing up. Always make sure that you have content ready to publish every single week so that your audience will not be left hanging. When I started, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I would always publish content every single week, or there was even a time when I published twice a week. Does that mean that I skipped a week of publishing content? There were times when I skipped a week or even a month. I did not post a video, but that was when I was planning more content for my video. And that's okay, especially when you've already gained some traction on your YouTube channel. And especially when you are taking that break because you're planning for more videos. But in the beginning, you have to have that bank of video content that you can publish every week for your audience to watch and for them to know that you're always there for them, showing up every single week with a brand new content. That's just the life of a YouTube edu-creator. Life gets in the way sometimes, but you have to make sure that you deliver the promise that you told them at the beginning. But if at the beginning, you're already thinking of, I'm just going to post once a month or maybe twice a month, then that is going to be the mindset that you'll have for the entire, YouTube journey, because you're just going to think that I told my audience that I'm just going to post once a month or twice a month, so they shouldn't be expecting for more. Try to do more than that if you can. And even though you are overwhelmed with the process or everything, there's still a way for you to keep things organized, and that is through batch plan your content, batch film, and batch edit your content. Now, if you're worried about whether or not you can do all of these, then make sure that you download my free guide to launch and supercharge your YouTube channel in 90 days, wherein I outline all the mistakes I did when I was starting and how you can overcome those mistakes yourself, as well as my 3-step method and how to launch and supercharge your channel in 90 days. So no pressure at all. You just have to download this free guide. The link is in the description below, and yeah, that's it. If you want to know more about how to build your authority using the power of YouTube, then make sure you subscribe to this channel for more. Like and share this video, and comment below for any recommendations, suggestions that you have for topics, questions, everything, and I'll make sure to reply. I'll see you again in my next video. Take care and bye!